Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here today. It's the new year, and my God, there's so much going on with the Christ codes. I'm so excited. And just to introduce everyone to the call, I just want to welcome you to the New Earth Cooperative in 2019. We are a free monthly gathering where we gather to support one another in our soul awakening of Sophia Christ consciousness through the stargate of the Christ codes. And the Christ codes were created as a golden light language to birth heavenly realities on earth and to, through a clear connection to Sophia, to reveal the mystery within you. So we are the mystery, and every golden age has a light language that comes through for it. And so that is what the Christ codes is. It's been given to us from Sophia. And now I call Divine Mother the source of all that is Sophia, because she's shown me that she has created everything in the universe and showing me the divine blueprint for that creation. So all names for God, Goddess are welcome here, but for purposes of our gathering, I'm going to refer to her as Sophia. And so the Christ codes attune you to the intelligence of Sophia Christ, and for your evolutionary awakening all the way down to your subatomic level. So just to recap some of the work that we did last year, because it actually assisted me in birthing in the next level of the Christ codes this January. So on 11/11/11, we did a Trinity Soul Gate journey to access some Golden Age live streams. And over the next 2 months, I actually reclaimed 3 golden age live streams, which helped me to bring in this next level of the blueprint. And so the blueprint that came in was the key to unlocking the Stargate within our hearts and its connection to the Metatron cube. Well, actually, we've got a mystery school coming now, because it was revealed to me that there's 144 chakras that are available for us to open once we open that Stargate. And I realized that we have just brought in mystery school level teachings for humanity. So at this point, you're probably asking, well, who are the Christ codes for? And what if I don't want to belong to a mystery school? Because not everybody does. So let me just go into how the Christ codes build off one another, and that they are for any level that you want to start at. They're for everyone. So if you want to get high on life and you want to do it without drugs or alcohol or stimulants, the Christ Code mantra, which I'm going to be presenting in a new basics course, is really the key for that. And it's part of the internal blueprint that I received in January. It's the blueprint to the Ankh of life. It's like a living Ankh of life that we can put on when we say the Christ Code mantra. So I'm gonna talk more about that in the basics course, but that is what you can do at that level. Then, and all these are connected. So each level of the Christ codes builds to the next level. So any point that you want to stop the journey, you can continue to work with the Christ codes at that level, and it will continue to assist you and open you to that evolutionary consciousness that we're all moving towards Sophia Christ consciousness. And so in the next level, which might be of interest to you, is if you're ready to get off the karmic wheel of pain and suffering. And we have our karmic baggage, we have our ancestral and race karma that we're all dealing with. We have multiple life streams that are repeating these cycles, these patterns of energy, these trauma clots. And so in the intermediate course, the chakra codes are going to really help release those energetics and help you to bring them to the surface into consciousness so that you can begin to heal them. And then in the next level of the codes, we have the people who are interested in light language, people who are receiving light language and don't know what they're receiving, don't understand what they're receiving. The Christ codes alphabet ciphers would be very beneficial in helping you understand what you're receiving and how you can bring your clients and the people you're working with into a better understanding of what you're bringing through for them, because all light language is built off the basic premise of the elements. So the elements are the keys to the light language, and since all light language revolves around the vowels, which are connected to our elements, they all can be interpreted through the Christ codes. So there's hundreds of thousands of light languages that we have in available to us when we align to those frequencies. And so because we have been here for so long as souls evolving and been through many golden ages already where light languages have been developed, we have access to these, and we've also come from other universes where light language is also been birthed and is present. So we are a huge wheel of life, and I've shared that blueprint in my book, Journey Through the Soul, where Divine Mother showed me there was 64 universes that actually make up the whole of creation. And so for the next level of the Christ codes that is now going to be coming through is the mystery school level. And for someone who is really into ascension and mastery, the Christ codes will truly give you everything that you need to move into ascension and mastery. And basically, to ascend anywhere, we first must completely descend into our physical body. And we have all these other life streams of mastery where we need to coalesce that consciousness and bring it into one consciousness of the whole body that we are, which is the one body of Sophia, which is the Christ. Christ is the one body. So as we awaken to these levels within us and integrate them, then that's when we can move into mastery. And what's nice about the Christ codes is that what I discovered is that the alphabet correlates or speaks to our carbon genes, and light language is calibrated to speak to your crystalline light body. So as powerful as we are as creators, speaking the language of the day, which is for most of us English, whatever language you speak, it is the vehicle for shaping and forming your reality and for being co-creators with Sophia. But when you speak light language, you're actually speaking through the energetics of light, and speaking directly to your fifth dimensional light body and above. So you're actually speaking to your crystalline light body. So that's really the key to it. And then the other thing is, once we learn the light language and open up to these other levels of ourselves, we have the opportunity to move out of the third dimensional laws and principles that govern our third dimensional reality. So we can get off the karmic wheel and really begin to travel in the universe, bilocate, and do all kinds of incredible things that Jesus and the masters have spoken about. We'll actually be able to do that through our self-mastery. The other thing, a lot of codexes are out being birthed right now. Some of them have been here for a while. Some of them have been here only a short while. And so if you're working with a codex, the Christ codes is a perfect adjunct for you to add to your protocol of how you work. So, and some of you know or may not know, but I actually have worked with the Sophia code for 2 years now mentoring with Kaya Ra to help me through the growing pains of birthing the Christ codes, because she had already birthed her codex and was very supportive in helping me get a handle on what was coming through for birthing the Christ code. So I want to give a shout out to Kaya Ra and the Sophia Code, because if you are here for divine feminine or masculine leadership, there's no more profound work out there that I know of than the Sophia Code. And if you've been working with the Sophia Code and you want to really empower your language now through the Christ codes, it's a perfect marriage. We are all here doing the same work for Sophia. We're all here attempting to bring humanity to an awakened state of Christ consciousness, and we're all birthing works that are connected to our particular soul's genetic blueprint, our own specific tapestry, you might say. And we're all here working together. So we want to support one another in each other's work, because we're all doing the same work, and we're all attracting different people who are going to resonate with the work that we're doing. So if you're really, want to go on the fast track and are ready to take on the challenges of life and move into your new life very quickly, the Sophia Code will do that, and be prepared to have the ride of your life as you initiate yourself with the Sophia Code. But the Christ codes are a more gentle approach. As some of you know, I had 40 years of illness, and so my physical body is not yet able to take that level of stress. When you start processing all this stuff, it's kind of stressful, right? So the Christ codes is a more gentle approach. It's a daily approach. You don't have to initiate yourself for hours at a time and then just get a barrage of movement all at once. The Christ codes is a daily practice where you take it and you initiate yourself every day, anchoring more and more of the Christ ray within your genetic blueprint. And then as you work deeper and deeper with the codes, you can control the speed of your initiation by how much you use it. So you are actually have more of a handle on how much you want to open up, but they're going to wake you up to the level that you're ready to process that information. So I'm excited to announce that I'm offering the 3 levels that I just spoke about: the basics, the intermediate, and the advanced courses. And then hopefully next year or soon thereafter, I'll be offering the mystery school aspect of the Christ codes. And for all of those of you who have been with me since the beginning, you're going to get the basics and intermediate course for free. And depending on how it all washes out, you may even get the advanced course, because I pretty much gave you the whole kit and caboodle, so to speak, in your first run through the Christ codes. And now it's time to really work with the codes and work with me in a group basis or individually if you desire, so that we can really travel into the codes. I'm getting so much information about how to work with each individual cipher, and there's just so much coming in. I'm very, very excited about the blueprint that was birthed last week, and I've spent 24/7 since then really contemplating and moving into it. And I'm just so amazed at the perfection and the incredible synchronicity that is in place within it, and how it is all designed through Trinity relationships to open us up very, you might say, methodically, open us up to the universe that is within us. So I don't know how long I've been talking here. Okay, so let's see. Oh, also, I'm going to be offering with each of these courses, we're going to have private membership in a community forum. We're going to have online webinars guiding and instructing us in using the Christ codes, supporting digital files, live Q&A sessions with me, And what I'm doing right now is I'm actually putting this all together in an online course where you can have the materials can be dripped to you, if you know what that is. You can access the material as you're ready, and you'll sign up through the website, and you'll get your materials, and then there'll be a schedule of live classes to meet with me. So I'm in the process of setting that up right now in a program that allows me to have an online teaching platform. And as soon as I get that set up, which I'm hopefully is going to be the first part of February, I'm going to announce the launching of the basics course, which will then take us directly into the intermediate course. So I'm trying to set everything up so for those of you who have been with me for a while, you can jump immediately into those courses and start working with the new things that I've developed. I have encoded mandalas now for all the seed sounds. So we've got we've got them connected to the alphabet hieroglyphs and also to the elements that we're working with, and there's sounds for each of those elements. So it's very exciting, and I'm looking forward to working with you again. And I actually had a little slideshow here that I didn't even use, but I'm just going to run through it real quickly. So this basically is the blueprint, which I'm going to reveal to you in the mystery school. But as we go through the Christ codes, basics, intermediate, and advanced, I'm going to be revealing different layers of that blueprint so that we can work with it. We also have a divine and masculine support team that is going to be working with us, and also the galactic archangels. So I'm very excited about that. And like I said, we have it's going to be the Christ codes basics, intermediate, and advanced. And so for this next portion of the call, okay, and here's my information if you want to contact me. This is the information to reach me. And then lastly, we're going to have a meditation. And so I'm encouraging people who come to this gathering to show up here live. And so I'm going to end this recording right now. And for the people who didn't show up here live, they're just going to get the first part of this tape. And for those of you who are present, you're going to get a Christ code activation with me.